Hello, and welcome back. My name is Michelle Cohl, and I have another interview from our recent set of interviews with Melanie C, Gallo, business psychology coach. Melanie helps individuals and companies reach their peak performance through tactical consulting, and this makes a lasting transformation. So what we've learned through science and the brain is that shaming does not work. It's actually counterproductive. So let's go to Melanie and see what she has to say about that. Something I was recently learning about shaming and how shaming does not work, proven by science. So when we talk to someone or when we're trying to correct them, we often we might use this shaming tactic instead of coming at love. Well, once you shame someone, your brain, it turns off the learning centers and you kind of go into these survival tactics like the fight and flight and freeze and fawn. So you're not learning. And I can only imagine really bringing awareness to these CEOs and what you had just mentioned, just the thought process of that and really that can transform the leadership in business. To creating, something that's successful. And it really is, it starts with the way that you're thinking and the way that you're coming at people and talking to people and not that accountability or, awareness that matters very much. If someone's doing something wrong, you want to let them know. But it really is, it boils down to those thoughts and those, taking those risks.
Definitely. And it's, in talking about the shaming, a lot of times we've found that CEOs, everyone's different, but a lot of times CEOs and leaders have certain things in common. They tend to be high in strategy. Well, I should say the successful CEOs and leaders, they tend to be high in strategy and high in empathy and understanding people because, what's a business if you can't relate to your employees and look at companies that have this excellent customer service. Ritz-Carlton, Chick-fil-A, Four Seasons, all these places, their focus is on the customer experience and customer appreciation and understanding what's going on with the customers. But when leaders resort to shaming, it could just be that their awareness of empathy is low. It might not necessarily be that they don't care. It just might be that that's not something that's high in their value system. And so they're not aware of it. And that's where it goes back to having an awareness of the things that are going on. We all claim or think that we know ourselves, which we do. But sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And you might not know that the way that you're saying things is making someone else feel a certain kind of way, as they say, because their way of thinking is not the same as yours. So by being able to measure, and for example, we at my company, we have an assessment called the Mind Scan that does exactly that. It measures thinking. It's mathematical. It's not like a personality test that rates how people think they feel about themselves, or it's not a self-report type tool. It's mathematically measuring how we think. And it helps to be able to do these types of assessments so that CEOs and leaders are not only aware of how they're perceiving things and how they're thinking, but they become aware of the fact that other people's thinking X-ray, so to speak, might be completely opposite from theirs. So maybe they won't use a shameful tone when they're speaking to someone the next time, because now they're aware that, they really, this really is making them feel bad. And that really is affecting how their work is coming out. So it comes down to awareness of how we think.
If your business is ready to reach new heights, contact Dr. Melanie today.